A massive fire breaks out at a Westco facility in Alliance. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in Western Nebraska and Eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, an early morning blaze in Alliance kept first responders plenty busy this Tuesday morning. KNEB News Director Scott Miller has that story.
Alliance Fire called to the Westco Tire Center at 3rd and Black Hills Avenue in Alliance around 2 a.m. this morning, finding the storage portion of the facility heavily involved with smoke and flames. Mutual aid was called from Hemingford Fire, and 5 hours later, the total of 22 firefighters with 7 apparatus had the blaze under control and were hitting hot spots. Alliance Fire Chief Troy Shoemaker explained to KNEB News why the firefighters' attack was forced to be exterior only.
That is an old grocery store with what they call a bowstring truss, so that it looks like this. And the major strength point is where my 2 thumbs are. And once that major strength point is compromised and it fails, it lets the roof collapse. And so that's what that did. In those types of structures, we don't put firefighters in there because they will kill firefighters.
The roof and 3 of 4 walls had collapsed inside, and the adjacent office and service bay building to the north suffered heat, smoke, and water damage. Streets around the scene had been shut down. No injuries reported. The cause has yet to be determined. Reporting for KNEB.TV News, I'm Scott Miller.
Well, the parent company of SkyWest Airlines has submitted an application for a new commuter air service that would help the company maintain essential air service between 25 smaller markets and large hubs, including the route between Scottsbluff and Denver. Under the proposal submitted to the U.S. Department of Transportation on June 17th, SkyWest Charter would provide 2 round-trip flights per day using the same CRJ-200 turbojets, but reconfigured to a maximum of 30 seats and 7,500 pounds of cargo. Another key to the proposal helps address the pilot shortage while still maintaining an emphasis on safety, according to Western Nebraska Regional Airport Director Raul Aguayo.
The pilots still have to have 100 or 1,500 hours, and I'm not sure of the exact hours for the co-pilot, but it allows them to fly with a co-pilot with less hours, which opens up a whole stream of new pilots to get trained up to 1,500 hours, and allows SkyWest to continue to fly and make money while the pilot shortage works itself out.
SkyWest is seeking expedited consideration of the application, and if approved, would start to phase in the new service beginning in October, with the company adding 3 to 4 planes to routes for 4 to 5 communities per month, reaching their initial goal by next April. Service between Denver and North Platte is also on the initial list. However, flights between Kearney and Denver are not. We'll have more news right after this.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether it is building, buying, or renovating, we have the home loan or home equity line of credit to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hydrozen. Unplug and recharge. What is Hydrozen? It's total body relaxation. It's total body recharge. It's floating weightless on water. Floating your aches, pains, stresses, and worries away. Hydrozen is a revolutionary new therapy using Epsom salt saturated water as a way to relax and rejuvenate your body. And it's now available in Scottsbluff. It is for most ages and has many benefits to the mind and body. Visit hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63-FLOAT.
Welcome back. A 38-year-old Scottsbluff man was arrested over the weekend after failing to show up for his Friday sentencing in district court. A warrant for Jose Frias' arrest was issued after he no-showed for sentencing after pleading no contest to a charge of possession of a deadly weapon by a prohibited person. That stems from an October arrest where Frias allegedly assaulted a victim in the back seat of a vehicle and threw him onto the highway from a moving car. Court records show that Frias was taken into custody and booked into the Scottsbluff County Detention Center Sunday evening. We'll Authorities say a man in his 30s has been diagnosed with what will likely be the first case of monkeypox identified in Nebraska. According to a joint release, a Nebraska resident with a positive orthopox virus test has been confirmed by the Nebraska Public Health Laboratory that is expected to be confirmed as monkeypox by following up with testing from the CDC. The unidentified patient had recently traveled internationally, and DHHS is working with the local health department and CDC to investigate potential exposures and will notify those individuals if any exposures are identified. The Department of Health and Human Services strongly recommends anyone experiencing symptoms of an unexplained rash on their extremities or lower torso that may be accompanied by flu-like symptoms to contact their healthcare provider immediately. And the Nebraska Supreme Court has denied the post-conviction appeal of a death row inmate who said his defense attorney was so inept that his right to a fair trial had been compromised. Roy Ellis Jr. was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to death for the 2005 killing of 12-year-old Amber Harris. Amber's remains were found buried in an Omaha park 6 months after she went missing from an Omaha school bus stop. Prosecutors also presented evidence indicating Harris had likely sexually assaulted the girl. In its ruling Friday, the state's high court said Ellis's argument that his trial lawyer failed to effectively challenge prosecutors' DNA evidence was without merit. Well, coming up in just a little bit, Shabella Guzman and a check-in on Ag News. KNEB.TV News will be back right after this.
Western CPAP Supply has earned an impeccable professional reputation within the Wyoming and Western Nebraska region. Helping you get a good night's sleep is our passion. Our amazing team understands sleep disorders from a personal and professional level. We use CPAPs and BiPAPs too, and sometimes it just helps to work with people who share common ground. Our accredited CPAP supply company is approved by Medicare and Medicaid and is in network with every major insurance company in the region. Western CPAP Supply. We're here to help.
I think all my employees can count on the fact that when they walk into my store, it doesn't matter what your status is outside of my building. When you walk in through my door, you're a rock star. Everybody gets treated with the same respect.
This is KNEB.TV Ag News from the FNBO Ag Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
I'm Shabella Guzman on the Rural Radio Network. The Legacy of the Plains Museum will be hosting a naming contest for one of 3 new goats residing on the grounds. The goats are the 4-H project of Eden Wolf, daughter of Dave Wolf, executive director of Legacy of the Plains Museum. He explains how the goats came to the museum.
My daughter decided to do a 4-H project. She wanted to do something and she thought goats would be really fun to do. And living in town, we thought it probably shouldn't be the best to have them in town. And so I came to talk to our agricultural guys and they were like, absolutely. They would love to have them out here. So they were kind enough to let us bring them out here. And we already had the pin up because we had goats out here a couple years ago. So it was just a nice fit.
Eden said she had already picked out 2 goats and...
The third one was kind of a surprise, but I got to choose Flower, and I got Skunky. If I didn't choose him, he would have been, eaten, and so...
Eden says the goats are dairy goats for showmanship at the fair.
So they're pretty friendly, but they still will bite and stuff like that. So, but they're really cool attractions. They're very talkative, very interactive with the public. But they're more than welcome to come out and see them. And it's a nice fit with our longhorn herd and our longhorn calves. So you can come out and see a couple different animals.
The goats will be at the museum, and the public can stop by and visit them along with the longhorns.
We all have hard days at work. This is what champion bullfighter Dusty Tuckness does for a living. Now this is a tough day at work. When Dusty comes home, he likes things quiet. Windows and patio doors from Renewal by Anderson not only make things quiet, they cut your energy bills and add to the value of your home. No matter what you do for a living, Renewal by Anderson windows and patio doors, because coming home should always feel this good.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. The community calendar is brought to you by RIVERSTONE Bank. First State Bank is now RIVERSTONE Bank. Community strong with the same people you know and trust.
Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether you are just starting the business you have always imagined or looking to grow your existing one, we have a business loan to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And finally tonight, the Old West Balloon Fest and final year of the U.S. National Hot Air Balloon Championships are coming up later this summer. Organizer Colleen Johnson says they're doing a call to action for volunteers for this year's event.
So for Old West Balloon Fest, in order to put on the event and a national competition, we need about 300 volunteers. They can be any age, even younger ones can come help with their parents. We ask that if they're by themselves, they're 18 and over. You can be on the scoring team, you can help a pilot put up their balloon and take it down and chase. That's super exciting and really fun.
If you're available between August 9th and 13th, you can sign up online at theoldwestballoonfest.com. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.